First of all, I just want to say thank you for all of you that ask your questions in the comments. That really gives me inspiration to do new videos and help you guys on your muscle up journey. So please feel free to continue to post your questions in the comments below. And I also love the community aspect of that. We are all helping each other on our way to our first muscle ups. So I just want to apologize for the sound quality today. It's very windy today. I might have to do all the talking in a bit of a shelter like this, but we'll see. Maybe the winds get better. Thank you so much for all your advice. I'm so happy and proud. Just did my first ever muscle up today. My problem was timing. Since I adjusted that, I did it with purple band, even tried all other lighter bands, and at the end of my session even did one without band. Form wasn't optimal and I'm a bit shaky when I'm over the bar, and I used my legs to help without band too, but I think it still counts. Your tutorial from 3 months ago unlocked my muscle up. Thanks you again, and I will train hard now to try 2 in a row. So thank you so much for your comment, and I'm so happy for your muscle up progress. So what he's speaking about is the muscle up timing, and that is such an important part. So when you're doing your muscle ups, you don't want to pull too early or too late. The most common mistake I see in my clients is that they are pulling too early. So they will get stuck under the bar, and you don't want to pull up too late either. That will also get you stuck under the bar. You want to initiate the pull up when you're about to swing back. And that can take a while, so just practice that swing and that pull-up timing. And I would recommend filming yourself from the side and try to pull as you're swinging back, almost when you're under the bar, so to speak. I hope that helps. And if you like my tips and my content and want to support me in a small way, you can always buy me a coffee. I always have a coffee as a pre-workout before filming these videos or before I work out. So I'll leave a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page in the description below. So I have been feeling very stiff today, so I've been doing a lot more stretching and dynamic warm-ups. Now I feel ready to start the actual warm-up, doing muscle-ups with resistance bands. And as usual, I'm starting with the purple band, doing 1 or 2 to wake my body up. And one of the most important things about the warm-up is that you feel if you have any areas of your body that you need to warm up a little bit more. So after doing that first muscle up, I felt that my wrists were a little bit stiff, and I also felt stiff in my right shoulder. So I will warm up those areas a little bit more before continuing with the banded muscle ups. Okay guys, so I warmed up my shoulder and wrists a little bit more. Okay, 1 more with the purple band. So now everything feels good, and this is why I always focus so much on the warm-up, to avoid any unnecessary injuries and to get the body really ready for the heavier muscle-ups. Okay guys, continuing with the warm-up. I'll do a few with the black band as well. One more warm-up rep with the black band. Okay guys, this is going to be my first bodyweight muscle up of the day, and as I always say, the bodyweight muscle up will show me kind of how the rest of the workout is going to pan out. I will do a few reps of these bodyweight muscle ups before moving on to weighted. Thanks for answering my question. Another question is, does weighted muscle ups increase your weighted pull-ups, or are they both completely different exercises, meaning that we have to focus on them individually to get them stronger? That's a great question. I wouldn't say that your weighted muscle ups increase your weighted pull-ups, because you're normally using much lighter weights for your muscle ups than on your pull-ups. And the technique is also vastly different from a weighted muscle up or a weighted pull-up. So my recommendation is to focus on them individually in different training sessions. So for instance, when you're doing your weighted muscle ups, you're using the muscle up technique, and that means you're pulling with your elbows facing forward and your grip is a bit narrower. So it looks like this. And when you're doing your weighted pull-ups, you're using your pull-up technique which is you're grabbing the bar a little bit wider and you're pulling your elbows to the side and back in a more controlled pace. So they are completely different movements, but I would say the other way around is more accurate. But then I would recommend to use the muscle up technique with your weighted pull-ups. A little bit narrower grip, and you have your pull-up weights, but you're pulling up with the muscle up technique, which is elbows facing forward. And if you're doing weighted explosive pull-ups like that, that will help your muscle ups a lot. I hope that clarifies your question. Okay guys, so I just added 3 kilos, 2 kilo plate and a 1 kilo dip belt. Continuing with the warm-up. So I added 2 more kilos, so now it's a total of 6 kilos. Okay guys, 8 kilos, continuing with the warm-up. I just felt that I wanted to do one more rep with 8 kilos before trying the 10 kilo. Oof, those clouds, man. I hope I can finish this video before the rain comes. Okay, so rain is coming. So I have only done 3 10 kilo muscle ups ever, and I've never failed once, so I hope this isn't gonna be my first fail. Okay, so my technique were a little bit off, but I made it. I have unlocked my first muscle up a few weeks back by jumping to the bar and a bit of kipping. However, I still can't unlock consecutive muscle ups. I felt that the moment I drop down from the top, I just lose control. Any tips? Thanks. That's another great question, and I know exactly what you mean. I had this problem in the beginning as well. So basically what he's saying is that he can do one muscle up, but when he tries to come down from that muscle up and do a second one, he loses a bit of momentum and control. How you come down from your muscle up is often how the muscle up will look after that. So it's really important on how you come down from the muscle up, that you're controlling the movement as much as you can. You don't just want to drop down, so to speak. When you've done your first muscle up and you're on the top of the bar, try to control the movement as much as possible. Not too slow, like a slow negative, but you don't want to drop down either. So you can touch the bar on your stomach or chest, and then come down, and then up again. And another thing that you can try, you're doing your first muscle up as usual. So you're on top of the bar, and then, as I said, touch the bar in your chest or stomach, then control the descent. And then you can just do a half muscle up and touch the bar in your stomach like this, and then come down again. So you don't have to do 2 real muscle ups, so to speak. You can do your first one, control the descent as much as you can, and then do a half muscle up. That can be easier mentally as well. But so the takeaway from this is try to control the descent as much as possible. You want every rep to look more or less the same. Thanks for that great question, and I hope this helps. Alright guys, for some reason I feel a little bit off today. My strength isn't really there as usual. So the most mature way to go about this is to see this as a deload workout. I did my first set of the pyramid with 10 kilos. And instead of dropping the weight to 8 as usual for the second set, I will drop it to 6 kilos. 1, 2. So for the top set, I did the sensible thing of dropping the weights a little bit more. So 4 kilos plus the dip belt, so 5 kilos in total for 3 reps. 1, 2, 3. The rain is here, but lucky for me I only have 2 sets left. I'm keeping the same weight as the top set, So total of 5 kilos, 2 reps. 1. Two. Alright guys, the rain stopped a little bit for the last rep of the last set, keeping the same weight, 5 kilos in total. Oof. Yeah, feeling so tired today. Strange. Alright. Yes, pyramid done. Nice job with the weighted pyramid, Mike. Thanks a lot, Devin. Just wondering, how long since you first started training muscle ups? I'm realizing it can take quite a few months or longer to learn a clean form muscle up with no kipping. Yeah, I think I started my muscle up journey 5+ years ago. I don't remember exactly, but I know that it took me a bit over a year to get my first semi-clean muscle up, and even longer to make it clean, so to speak. I have had a few clients that learned the muscle up in a week or two with no prior muscle up training at all. But my conclusion in those cases is that they have a lot of the fast twitch muscle fibers. So if you are a fast twitch muscle fiber kind of guy or girl, you will naturally have a lot more explosiveness than, let's say, me, for example. I'm a very slow twitch muscle fiber kind of guy, so I really had to work a long time to get the explosiveness needed for the clean technique muscle up, so to speak. Because to be able to do a clean muscle up, it all comes down to how much explosiveness we have. Because let's say if we can pull the bar to our belly button or waist, you will have a clean muscle up. Then you just have to work on the technique a little bit. But for most of us, if we're pairing strength with technique, you will achieve the clean form muscle up much faster. And as usual, a cool down bodyweight muscle up to finish the workout nicely. So the rain is here. And if you missed my last video, you can watch it by clicking right here.